also Homeland Security.
I would like to thank Craig Jarrett for sending me this story that is coming from New Hampshire. And just based on the state alone that I'm talking about, you already know that this thing is going to be steeped in lily whiteness. Anything that is like above the state of New York on the East Coast, or is what they call the Northeast Coast, literally is steeped in it. But this time we're going to New Hampshire at this place called Dover High School. When I first saw Dover High School, I'm like, there's a Dover High School in New Hampshire, because the only Dover I was really familiar with was Dover, Delaware. And this 11th grade class was given the task of coming up with a school assignment, was given a school assignment to talk about the post-Civil War Reconstruction era. Well, this 11th grade class decided that they were going to create a song in the key of Jingle Bells, and it was a KKK themed song, and one of the lyrics, and I kid you not, was "Let's kill all the blacks." Now, the article stated that there was a video attached to this. Even if I could find the video, which I can't find it on this article, I would not play it. I really don't care to hear it. And when I think of this story right here, and it just came to me, it reminded me so much of that fraternity. If y'all remember, it was a fraternity a couple years ago who went viral when they were on a bus and someone was recording them, and they didn't know where they came up with this song, and they were basically singing the same thing, talking about hanging black people and killing niggers and all types of stuff. Basically what this school is doing right here. I do not think that there is a day where these individuals, no matter how old or young, boy, girl, man or woman, old, young, whatever, do not go without thinking about us and then want to cry and play victim when we call them out on their racism and say, well, that's not racism, or, oh, their favorite one, that's a violation of our freedom of speech. They love to throw that one around. Well, let me tell you something right now. We in the black community are going to start, implement our own little amendment. You can use your freedom of speech all you want, but guess what? We're going to be using freedom of these hands and these feet if we ever dare catch you doing some stuff like that. That's why they can only feel comfortable doing stuff like this within the confinements of each other, usually amongst other people that look just like them or line themselves up with their same core values. They wouldn't dare do this around another black person unless that black person is a coon. And they were saying as they were doing this that, in some parts of the song, that some of the kids were erupting in laughter, and everything like that. But that, again, doesn't surprise me, because they think stuff like that is funny. And I'm telling you, this stuff is bred through them. I'm not going to say almost, it is in their DNA. I hate to say it, it took me a while to actually finally say that, but it is in their DNA. I can finally admit that.
He had a closed down sporting goods.
Like I said, there isn't a day that goes by when they are not thinking about us or anything that we're doing. That we have to be inserted into every facet of their life, whether it's stuff from back in the day or current present day. Hell, if they can jump into the future and still talk shit about us, they probably will. But then again, they may not want to time hop too far, because their future looks kind of bleak, if you get my drift. They'll probably be scared shitless and they'll want to snap back into the present, which is probably why many of them are panicking right now.
From the neighborhood, and
they said that they wrote this song. This wasn't a song that was passed down. Unlike that other one I was telling you about, that song with the fraternity that they did, they said that was a traditional song that was passed down from years and years. This one they just wrote. They just came up with the song, they wrote the lyrics, they knew what they were saying, and they came up with that. And you know what they're going to do? You know what else they're going to do to try to hide behind it? They're going to say, oh, it was just a song. Or black people say the word too. Or it's used in rap songs. Remember, I told you, it's usually young white males, teen males from a certain age to another certain age who are the biggest consumers of hip-hop music today. They hit that N-word one time, and it's usually the one that ends in A, and then they feel that they can have free reign to use it. But see, they weren't using it like that. They said it with ER. Not that I condone them saying either one, but I'm just saying. They'll come up with any excuse to back up what they do, especially in this particular case right here.
And see, and that's the thing. So with the great Faulkner strategy.
But I'm going to end the video right here. I'm going to leave the link to this article in the description. That way you can read it for yourself. I pretty much gave you a summary of what happened. As you already know, there was no disciplinary actions that came to the school. It says that they're working with a civil engagement group to discuss the content of the song, but I mean, it's not going to go further than a discussion. Nothing is going to happen to the students. Notice they didn't identify the students, because that means they would have to identify the entire class. And they got to think of their future. They're in the 11th grade. They only got 1 year left. They're going to be graduating, going to prom, all that other extra stuff. And the world will keep spinning, and their racism will keep on burning, like those California wildfires. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.